What's up, Atlanta? This is Dylan Goldman of SBC Radio. This is my show. I want to talk about today 3 things I love about sports and 3 things I hate about sports. Let's start with the things I love because you always want to be positive. So 3 things I love. The first thing I love is the NBA offseason. Every year it just gets more and more insane. You don't see this in any other league where star players are constantly on the move and we see teams trying to build super teams to obviously compete at the top. Like we just saw Kawhi Leonard and DeMar DeRozan traded for each other. We never see that in any league where a superstar is traded for another superstar. Obviously, last offseason we had Kyrie Irving being traded. It's every summer we have a different storyline. And we have breaking news in here. As Cristiano Ronaldo, superstar for Real Madrid, has been transferred to Italian club Juventus. Your breaking news. Okay, so back to the NBA offseason. As I said, every year we have trades that are more and more insane every year. And also, free agency just seems to be more and more interesting in this league than it is in any other league in the country. Another thing that I love about sports is the Stanley Cup playoffs. Every year, we know playoff hockey is most intense. It's most intense playoff, even though all playoffs are intense. This one just goes to another level. And also, the best thing about it is that there's so much parity. Any team seeded 1 through 8 can go on to the Stanley Cup playoffs. Just see 2 years ago when Nashville was the 8th seed and swept the first seed and then moved on to the Stanley Cup final. You don't really see that in any other league, so that's something really special. And then finally, I love the MLB wildcard game. I know it kind of sucks to have one game decide your season, but to me, the intensity and the fact that you have to win one game to move on, that really is something that you have to love about sports. And now for 3 things that I hate about sports. The thing that I hate the most about sports is the unwritten rules in baseball. I think this is one of the things that's actually really hurting the game, because whenever one player decides to flip his bat or celebrate after hitting a big hit, the players on the other team decide to say that he disrespected the game and that he disrespected its rules. First of all, baseball has no feelings. It does not care what you do. And we don't talk about this in other sports, in basketball or in football, when they have elaborate touchdown celebrations, that they're not allowed to celebrate. So the unwritten rules in baseball make absolutely no sense. And to me, it's what's making the game not exciting, because you see baseball in other countries like the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico, when they celebrate and they're vibrant and vivacious. To me, that's what makes baseball exciting. So that's one thing that I hate about sports. Another thing that I hate about sports is the lack of salary cap in baseball, because to me that allows teams like the Yankees and the Red Sox and the Dodgers, teams that are in big cities and big markets that have the big time owners with big time money, they can go out and get all the players they want and not have it go up against against the salary cap, so they can keep going. And this impacts lower market teams like Kansas City and Oakland, who've had competitive teams before but weren't able to keep them together. Like the Royals had that 2-year run of going to the World Series, but then it just ended because they couldn't keep all their players. And then lastly, one thing I don't like about sports is FIFA in general and how they're handling the next 2 World Cups. First of all, the fact that the 2022 World Cup is in Qatar is ridiculous enough, because first of all, the way they're treating the workers who are building the stadiums is ridiculous. The temperature there is so unbelievably awful. They have to play the World Cup in the winter. And then in 2026, when it's coming to the United States, they're expanding to 48 teams. So not only this year do we have teams like Panama and Saudi Arabia, teams that obviously didn't belong, we're going to have 16 more of those. So we're just going to get more and more teams that obviously don't belong. So that doesn't make any sense to me. And those are my 3 things that I hate and love about sports.